I'm also making the front plate of the knee armor a little bit more flatter looking. As you notice, it was a little bit rounded. So I'm evenly heating it, and I'm going to use the putty knife to flatten it out. As I'm flattening it, you'll notice it's starting to spread apart. I'll fix that here in a second. Squeeze them back together while keeping the flat face of it mushed down with the putty knife. And as it'll cool, it'll retain the shape. This is actually a really fun project. There again, using the putty knife to flatten out the edge. Allow it to cool. Doing the other side now. Using the putty knife again to flatten it out. Testing it on my kneecap, make sure it fits right. If you notice a little discoloration of the PVC pipe, it's okay. The primer paint that you'll apply to the knee armor will cover that, so that you can start with a good base coat. That just means it got a little hot. I'm happy with it. Got her done. Next, I'm using a grinder. There's a block of wood that I used from scrap that I had in the garage. It was a hardwood finishing wood used for cabinetry. There, I'm using the disc grinder to smooth out and make the shape that I need. For the side port, make sure it's the right size, make sure it's all going to line up right. Now I'm going to attach the block of wood using wood screws. I believe they're 1 inch, maybe less, probably 3/4 of an inch. Now when you're doing something like this and you cannot afford for the wood to split, always pre-drill your holes. Use a drill bit that is just a little bit smaller than threading on the screw. That way it's got something to grip to as it goes in, but it won't expand the plastic or the wood as it's being drilled in. This prevents splitting. Because at this point you really would not want to split your knee armor since you've put so much work into it. Don't go very fast with your drill bit. Go slow. There's one hole drilled. Now the wood was free since I found it in the garage, and so were the wood screws. Getting the screw through there so it'll hold as I put the wood in position. Like I said, this is you need 4 hands to do this. I've got one secured so it'll stay in place so that I can work on the other one. I noticed that once I had the wood attached, it was down probably 2/8 of an inch out of position, so I re-drilled another hole.